everybody, it's Lori and happy Saturday. So today in our Saturday walk and talk, I am focused on my veggie box. I have two on this patio, and then I have a Greenstalk and a strawberry planter up the hill at our driveway garden. So I wanted to just give you an update, let you know how things are doing. This is a brand new veggie garden box for me. I decided to plant it with some flowers, some herbs, and tons of vegetables. Now, I've overplanted it on purpose, really want the plants to grow together, support each other. I want it to be beautiful as well as productive. I've also planted some things that I've never grown before. So if you have tips, let me know. And I'm sure it's going to get a little wild and crazy this summer. I'm really excited to see what it does. Now, I also overplanted right now because the lettuce is almost ready to come out. I'm going to take a couple of these heads out today and use them for dinner. But lettuce is not going to stay beautiful in my zone, and this area is full sun. We're about to get hot and a little humid, and so I've overplanted for when the lettuce is gone. Now, we've had a ton of rain. This bed's going to need to be probably fertilized again in another couple weeks. I'm monitoring that because we get so much rain in the spring. But let me turn the camera around. I also have another box over here that is just looking gorgeous. So if you have any tips as I go along, please let me know in the comments, or anything that you've grown successfully before. I would love your input and advice. I've grown tomatoes, peppers, herbs, cucumbers before, but some of the plants I'm growing this year are brand new. All right, let me show you up close. Okay, so the sun's about to peek up, so I'm trying to get out here early. And you can see right now, it's just a load of green. All these lettuces have just done phenomenal. And again, I'm going to take several out today. I did plant along the edge some marigolds that I grew from seed. They are about to bloom. So some sweet little buds. And then you can see these baby ones. These are supposed to stay smaller. And I put those all along the edge. I love it. They start that kind of red color, and then they get peach, and then they get yellow. And you do need to deadhead marigolds, so that's definitely something to consider. Now, back in this back corner, you guys, I probably overdid it, but I see a little gnat. These are jade beans. It's a type of bean. It's called jade, and I can already tell these leaves are huge. My idea, though, is I will try to get it to grow up and down this gutter. This gutter does not get a ton of water, and we don't get a lot of rain in the summer. So I'm really hoping it just kind of covers it, and I don't mind if it drapes around the front. I may need to come in and get a trellis, though. So we'll see. I'm going to keep, I could maybe move this plant out, and I may move that to another part of the garden and then get a trellis. So I'm thinking about it. I've got some time this weekend to make a decision. Now I've got some cherry tomatoes, and these are just starting to flower. We're a little late this year, about 2 weeks behind. And then in the front, I need to get this planted. This is a creeping Jenny that I'm going to replace a lettuce with. So I have a couple more small heirloom like cherry tomatoes that are popped in. So they will just fill up the space where the lettuce is. All the plants that I picked are miniature. So they're cherry tomatoes. There are like tiny cucumbers. So think over here are the cucumbers. Now this plant's really yellow. Again, we've had so much rain, but this plant looks really good. So I'm just going to have to monitor this bed. This one does not look healthy at all. So we may have to take that one out. Now, what I'm really excited about are these peas. Now, I have not grown peas before, you guys, so please don't judge me. This is my first time, and I don't think this trellis is going to be big enough. This stalk is just amazing. It's coming out through. I don't think I can change the tower at this point without tearing them up. So we're just gonna see what happens. I'm gonna just monitor it, and then I've got a second one over here, and I already harvested. There's a sweet little pea pod. I already harvested one, and they were just incredible. So I've got some blooms. And I think, you know, this trellis probably is not going to support it all season. Um, so I'm just going to have to weave them around and kind of work with it. If you have ideas or suggestions, let me know. And then another tomato, because we just love cherry tomatoes and they're so easy. And then I do have some kale that we will eat probably in the next month, and then it will be gone. I do have some more coming up. I did this all from seed. Next year I'll start it earlier if I can put a cover over this garden area. And then back here are peppers. So I put them on the other side of the trellis and they're doing great. And some parsley in the back. So it's looking great, looking a little wild, but that's what I wanted. And again, the lettuces are going to come out and that's going to change the look of this bed. And it will also change my growing space and that lime green of all the lettuce. This is a type of lettuce head that stays that color. So that's the veggie box right now. I need to do some trimming. We're going to take out some things, but I wanted to show it to you all full and beautiful. And I could really use your help on what to do about the peas. Of course, being a new pea grower, I had no idea they would all germinate, and I wasn't expecting them to get so big. All right, let's head over, and I want to show you this sweet box. So I've had these boxes and I have done everything you can imagine in them, but this year I decided to mix them with some plants and some beautiful veggies. And I had grown tomatillos from seed. I love tomatillos. We make a beautiful salsa with tomatillos, cilantro, and avocado. And I just thought I'd try growing them from seed. Well, they did amazing. And then they grew and they grew and they grew, and they're like just giants. But they are covered in blooms. And what's exciting is the pollinators have just been going inside the blooms from plant to plant. So I'm really hoping that we just get some gorgeous fruit. I've just never seen so many blooms on a tomato plant. Now, these take a long time to fruit up. It is May. That's one reason I started them from seed. So I am really hoping that we actually see fruit this year. Let me know if you've ever grown tomatillos. I need to be sure. I did fertilize the soil really good with biotone and with a tomato fertilizer. But I think I'm going to need to really feed these guys and make sure they're getting enough nutrients. And then I filled in below with a variety. I do have some more peppers because this is a pepper trellis that I got from Gardener Supply, and I really like it for the tomatoes. And then also the peppers can kind of grow up that stalk. I've got some straw flowers in the back because they come up and they will just be beautiful next to the tomatoes, some lemon coral sedum. This is a miniature cabbage. Now, I'm hoping she doesn't get much bigger than this. It's supposed to form a tiny cabbage head. So we'll see about that. I do have some salvia in here just for some little pops of color. It also helps with bug pressure. Oh, goodness, I cannot remember. Oh, I need to cut these back. So I did pop in some bunny tail grass and it's going a little crazy. I need to cut that back. And I've got some straw flowers that are getting huge that I grew from seed, and they were so tiny, and finally they're taking off. So some more cabbages, and I'm not sure. We'll see how these guys do. So this bed, it's full, but I think it's going to be beautiful, and I think everything's going to do great. And I'm just so excited about all these blooms and how full it's going to be and how gorgeous. All right, let's head up the street, up the driveway, and check out the other boxes. Okay, so up here is my Greenstalk bed. It's a Greenstalk vertical garden. And I had this last year for the first time, and it did amazing. I had it down on my patio. So if you only have a patio space, a balcony, this is an amazing option. It is Greenstalk, and I know they run great sales in the month of May because that's when people are going to be using these. I moved it up here this year. I'm excited I did. It's looking great. And it's just a fun spot. So I have filled it with herbs. I started it as a tea cocktail garden, and I've got tons of delicious herbs. You can see all the chamomile. I added some nasturtium, which helps with bug pressure, and they're just so beautiful. And I've got, this is incredible. It is an orange. Let's see, I kept the tag right here. This is zesty orange mint. Now it's aggressive. I've already cut it once, but it is delicious. I used it on a salad in a salad dressing. It was so, so good. I've got some thyme, have some little flowers. The basil has been doing great. Look how healthy that basil is. And I have been cutting that as well. We've already had it in a salad. This is a sweet shop lavender. It's supposed to stay kind of small. And I have some strawberry mint, which I love in drinks and tea. And of course, I have some cherry tomatoes. And look what I spy, you guys. Do you see that beautiful little cherry? Let me get back so the camera can focus. 2 little cherry tomatoes. So I'm really excited. Those are the first ones that I've seen in the garden. Now, the goal with Greenstalk is they added these support systems so that plants could kind of lay on them. Now, right now, my cherry tomatoes are not needing that. Last year, I actually had to tie them to the top bar. So I'm not sure. I almost wonder if this should be raised up so that it supports them as they grow. I think I put it on wrong. It's not too early to swap it out. So I did look at it online, and I thought it was more for plants to lay over, but now I'm thinking that this will support better if I put it on the level above. So I may change that out today because I don't think I did it right. Yeah, because this guy's going to need support as well, and I can trim these off. So anyway, I'm probably going to swap that out. I am sure Greenstalk would just die if they see this video because I'm a beginner. I didn't do it. I didn't do it right, but that's okay. So anyway, I'm loving this. I really, really highly recommend the Greenstalk system. I did plant one of those baby cucumbers in here, and she's growing. Now, this could be an example where I do have a second one of these supports. I could put it around for this to grow on, and I definitely may add that today as well. All right, so the jewel of the garden are the strawberries, and this is my strawberry box. So this is a planter box from Gardeners, and it's been great. This is its 4th season. I put it in right when we moved in, and then I added the arbor, which I love. The box, though, it's not lined with metal, and I think that's the only downside. Is I probably should have lined it with something, some, plastic, something so that it would protect the wood. And that's the hard part. It has bowed out. Now, I know some people put brackets to support it, which I may do at the end of this year, but otherwise it's beautiful, and I love the size of it. It's just huge. So over the past couple years, I started with some strawberry plants and tons of herbs. The herbs took over, so I've moved on to just strawberries. Now, I do pop in some annuals, which I know I've got a video about that coming up probably next week. So you'll hear more about those annuals. But right now it rained earlier this morning. Look at those water drops on the strawberry plants. But I've got tons of strawberry blooms. There's little baby strawberries. I'd love to know what you fertilize your strawberry plants with. I did give them some plant tone in early spring. I have had some issues with some type of, I think I looked it up, it's like a fungus, mainly on this plant. It's not blooming very much either. That's the second plant. This plant is not bloomed at all, and it is an old strawberry plant. So it may be time for that one to go, unfortunately. Well, I see one strawberry and one little bloom. So this was one of my original plants. I did get some babies from it. So I'll give it a little longer. But I have several baby strawberry plants that came from that mother plant, and they're looking beautiful. And look right here, this one is definitely a showstopper, and it looks like I can actually harvest our first strawberries. Very excited. I need to get them before the squirrels do. That one's not quite ripe. I'm going to leave that. I have a sweet little neighbor that I wanted to show her the strawberries today. And then this was also a baby plant from the mother, and I've got a few strawberries there and some more back there. So I also planted the jade bean back here, and she definitely can be tied up on this trellis. This is a David Austin climbing small climber pink rose, and she is making her way across really, really good. She's almost halfway there, but she is just a little petite bloomer, super healthy, and I've been really pleased with how she's done. So just going to let her keep growing. But then because this is such a huge trellis, I did have a rose on this side. It did not do good, I think because it probably got root bound. So this year what I've done is I've got peas and I've got these jade beans. I've got 2 of those. Last year I did cherry tomatoes and they made it halfway over the trellis. They were incredible. The trellis was dripping with cherry tomatoes. It was so fun. But this year I decided to try the beans and I'm excited to see how they turn out. So that's an update on all of my garden veggies. And don't forget to check out the video. I think it's coming out sometime next week. I talk about adding these annuals as well as a little secret planter box in the back there. I also next week have my May garden tour coming out, so be sure to watch for that. I hope that you will click like, subscribe so you'll get notifications. And I just can't wait to show you more as this garden continues to grow and progress. All right, that's going to do it for today's little Saturday short walk. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Bye, everybody.